Good morning, everybody. You join me from a little bit warmer of a morning, to be honest. It's still quite chilly. It's definitely quite, oh, for God's sake. Definitely still quite cold outside. It's, you know, it's about, what is it, like 6 degrees? 8, yeah. But it's a lot warmer than it has been in the past, and definitely tell that spring is making its way. So this morning, it's a duty which is typically given to one of our drivers 3 days a week. So this one only tends to come up for grabs on a Monday or a Friday. Tuesday through to Thursday, it's with this driver on his own line. We dot in and out of Cirencester, but we do quite long stretches. We're going to be going down to Wickwar, which is 5 to 6 miles north of Yate. Snake our way up to Cirencester College through like Charfield and Wootton and Dursley on the C60. Soon after we get to Cirencester, we turn into a C59. We head into Stroud. What are you doing? We go into Stroud, and then after that C59, we do a 166 and back. Stroud to Brockworth, and then Brockworth back to Stroud. We have a break. We do C59 back to the Cirencester town. C60 just as far as Wootton on the return trip. Back to Stroud, we'll have another break. And then we do the C63, which we are yet to cover, which is cool. Which is just the college through Minch, down the W into Nailsworth, and then Nailsworth along to Stroud, but via Cairns Cross. When we get to Stroud, we actually continue on to Gloucester, but as a 63, and then we come back dead from Gloucester. So it's quite a unique one, really. I mean, I'm yet to cover the C63. I know we've done the C60 and the C59 on a couple of occasions on both variants of the 59, but we have only done the C60 from Wootton. So going to show you the whole trip from Wickwar all the way into the college will be cool. Yeah, we've got quite a few routes today. It ends up being quite a long-winded day. Get whatever bus that we have allocated in the morning. We have it all day. Saves us changing buses, saves us logging off and logging on to another bus. Just makes life a lot easier, really. Just gotta hope that we get a nice bus allocated to us now and just see if the supervisor actually nice as us. Because if it's a supervisor that, you know, you annoy or aren't too fond of you at the minute, they'll just give you the heap of shit. But hopefully I haven't annoyed anybody and they'll give me something nice. Get on in, get me duty. No, a lot of people have been asking how do we get our duties and how do we find out what we're doing, which I will answer in a Q&A segment as soon as I plan to do one. There's quite a lot of questions piling up from the last video, so go ahead and do that when I've got enough time. I'm going to head on in. I've got everything. Yeah, got everything. Hazards off. And I'll see you guys. Oh gosh, I might see you guys at Cirencester. We'll probably go straight into the C60. I don't know if I'll have much time when I get to Wootton, to Wickwar even. If I have time, I'll give you a little update. If not, see you at Cirencester. Steed for the day, 18857, one of the old Gloucester gold buses. Really nice buses these actually. I think they're 62 plates, so they're a bit newer than, oh, I've just thrown my pen on the floor. That's not very good, is it? There we go. Get her on, get the hazards on because we're in the yard. The green road key on the fob, so that basically tracks our driving so people can know where we are in the office. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just show you how we use these ticket machines. When we log on, of course, I'm going to type in my PIN quickly. So my PIN's typed in, we'll enter it, we'll then pop our card on the top, and our duty number today is 1203. So we'll put 1203, and then because we're going dead to Wickwar, we're just going to do a deadhead trip. Put that in, card back on top, takes a little while, take your card off, and basically that will just register us to the ticket machine. But because technically we aren't doing an actual trip, we won't be tracked. So when we put in an official route, so in this case the C60 this morning, we will then start being tracked and the supervisors can keep an eye on that we're up to date and on time and everything. So yeah, the duty that we typed in is duty 1203. So we're going to do C60, C59, 166, 166, break, 59, C60, break, C63, 63. I haven't had the opportunity to do this for a while because it's on a driver's own line, so it comes up very rarely because they've restructured the rosters and I'm on a Siren local roster and a lot of these routes are on the college roster. I do get them if they're in the pool, but because I'm on the Siren Local, I mostly do like 77, 76s, 78s, 58s, that kind of thing. So yeah, get on with the checks and we will make our way down. I mean, I've got plenty of time to do checks and everything, so we should be goody good. We're not due out of Wickwar for a little under an hour, so we'll have plenty of time. Look at this heating on. Whilst it's cold, it's not freezing, but it is cold. Get on with these checks and I will see you guys shortly. Made it to a very damp and wet Cirencester after a very smooth C60 run there. Quite busy, especially the morning one. It's the afternoon ones where they don't seem to be as busy. But no, it was really nice run. I almost forgot how long this morning feels. I think I've been going nearly 2 hours and a half, 2.5 hours almost, but I've still got to go back to Stroud and then I've got to do Brockworth and back. It is a long duty. It does feel long when you just put your head down and you get driving. It's not that bad at all. So I'm up in Siren for another like 5 minutes or so. Not too long, and then I'll make my way back to Stroud. I was hoping I'd have a bit of time when I got to Wickwar, but when I got to Wickwar there there were actually like 5 or 6 people, which is unheard of when I've done it before. It's like 1 or 2 maximum, so pleasantly surprised by that, to be honest. Yeah, I'll try and get the 166. It's essentially just the latter portion of a 59X, as I've said before. Shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I think the next time you'll see me will probably be back up here again, actually. I'll leave you guys here, and I'll see you guys back up in Cirencester in a couple of hours. So I'll see you later. Made it to Brockworth. Actually, I completely forgot that I was coming to Brockworth and that I'd have time here. I've actually got about 5 minutes before I'm due back out again. It's 10:05 and I'm not due out until 10:10. So this is a perfect opportunity. I know I showed you me setting the machine to deadhead down to Wickwar, sorry, but now I'll show you how we change it like mid-route basically. We're currently on a 166 and we're at Whitland, so we're at the end destination, and then we're going to change it. It's still at 166, so we'll change that. And then our duty number, the route number is 103, so we would type in 103, and then you get this list of places where you would be starting your journey. Now, a lot of these machines, because they're quite old and decrepit, sometimes the GPS doesn't work, so you will have to manually set the starting point. But in our case, the GPS is working and we are starting at the Whittle Inn. Set that in. And it says the destination is Eastcombe because that is the last destination on the list of places on this route. Of course, Eastcombe being for the 166 school run in the morning, but of course we're just going to set it to Stroud as we have done. Just another 30-minute or 25-minute trip back to Stroud. We'll be on break for an hour, and then we make our way back out to Cirencester to then on the C59. I'll leave you guys here. I will catch you guys when I get up into Cirencester. So I'll see you guys later. Fortunately, I was incredibly lacking in time on that entire segment. So after that Brockworth run back to Stroud, as you saw me briefly intervene with, I had a break. And then I did a C59 to the college, which was relatively quiet. I had about 20 college kids on. Got into Cirencester, but sadly there was a passenger waiting, so of course prioritised passenger comfortability, and I didn't really want to talk to a camera with a passenger on. I had my break, and now I'm up at the glider club waiting to head to the college. Make my way in about 10 minutes, sit up at the college, do the C63. After the C63 we then form a normal 63 onwards to Gloucester. Yeah, and then after that we get to Gloucester, and then we deadhead all the way back to Stroud and finish at about 6:30. Yeah, I might be able to get in a bit early and get out a little bit earlier, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what Gloucester's like. Yeah, I'm gonna... Actually, whilst we're here, we will do the destination board and set it to the C63. I'll do my ticket machine when I get closer to the college. I don't like doing it too early. There we go, set to Stroud. So yeah, we haven't actually covered the C63 yet, which is interesting. This duty is on a driver's line 3 days a week, Tuesday to Thursday. So it's quite difficult to get this duty in specifically. Mondays and Fridays are typically the only times you'll ever really get it, unless said driver is on holiday. Yeah, no, it's a really nice duty. It's a lot of like I say endurance. It's a lot of long distancey kind of stuff. It's not stop start stop start. There's quite big gaps between each stop, and it's a nice change of pace from your typical just city hoppers essentially. So I haven't done this one for such a long time. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just sit here. My colleagues just rocked up, so I might go and natter to them before we move along to the college. But yeah, enjoy the C63. I'll see you back in the car. I'll see you in a bit. not the evening. I finished my 63 to Gloucester. I had the most grueling and painful headache I've experienced in quite some time. Quite a nasty end to the day, just a really, really bad headache. Switched off and I completely forgot to do the little end of day briefing, so I can only apologise for that. Overall, my day, in this case yesterday, was actually really good, up until I got a grueling headache out of nowhere. Everything went smoothly. It was genuinely a really nice day. I didn't get many hold-ups whatsoever. It just worked out really nicely. Worked out really, really nicely. So I can't complain whatsoever. It was really nice doing that duty after such a long time. But yeah, I mean, it happens, you know, you get headaches happen here and there, and it just happened to be a really brutal one, which took me out of action last night. Apart from that, yeah, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I'll have that Q&A up hopefully within the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna get in and start my next day, which is another grueling long day, but oh well, it is what it is, part of the job. You get nice long days and you get short days, and I just so happen to have 2 long days as overtime, so it will work out as nice pay, but I'm gonna be tired. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.